Good morning, students. This is class 10th, subject English, poem 7th, Animals, and this is my lecture 1. This poem is given in your book First Flight. Now, topics to be covered: about the poet, then introduction of the poem, and at last we shall discuss stanza-wise explanation. So first of all, we shall start this poem with the introduction of the poet Walt Whitman. Then we shall read the introduction of this poem, and at last I will explain this poem stanza-wise. About the poet. Poet is Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman is a major figure in early American poetry. He broke the tradition of rhymed and metrical poetry. He was famous for writing a revolutionary new kind of poetry which was in free verse. The poem Animals is from his work Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. So this is the introduction. Walt Whitman was born on May 31st, 1819 in West Hills, Huntington. He was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. Now, introduction to the poem Animals. This poem is written by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman has shown the comparison between human beings and animals. In his poem, actually he has given the comparison between human beings and animals. He has pointed out the evils present inside the human brain, which he thinks animals don't have. Means human brain has many evils but animals don't have. That is why he thinks that animals are much better than human beings. So according to Walt Whitman, human beings are having many evils. Due to this, he thought animals are much better than human beings. So this poet has very beautifully drawn out a contrast between human beings and animals. According to him, human beings are greedy, selfish, and envious or jealous, but animals are very simple and loyal. Even he wants to live among the animals who are always satisfied and do not possess things. Now let us move ahead. Now stanza wise explanation. Let us start. Stanza 1. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. So here the word placid, it means quiet or calm. Then it is given self-contained, means self-controlled. So the poet says in these lines that the poet Walt Whitman wants to live in the company of animals, as he has drawn difference between human beings and animals. He thinks that animals are very quiet, calm, and self-satisfied. I stand and look at them long and long. Means animals impress him so much that he looks upon them constantly for a long time. Now let us read its explanation once again. Explanation is, the poet here desires to turn into an animal and live with them, as he is impressed by their calmness and the purity of their mind. Unlike humans, animals seem so contained with their lives and are happy in their natural surroundings. The simple lives of animals help them to maintain self-control and their rationality. He stands and looks at them for a long time. In the phrase long and long, the implied meaning is the longing that the poet feels for these two qualities in human beings. Means the poet wants to be calm, quiet, and self-satisfied or self-controlled. But human beings do not have these qualities. According to Walt Whitman, these qualities are seen in the animals. That's why he also wants to live with animals. So this explanation of first stanza. Now stanza 2, it is, they do not sweat and whine about their condition. Means here they is animals. They word is used for animals. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Sweat and whine, it means making complaints. Sins means bad deeds. Now next, they do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God. So this is second stanza. So it means that the poet wants to tell us that animals do not whine about their miserable condition. Sweat and whine means making complaints. They do not complain about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. So the meaning of this line is that they just take their sound sleep at night and never weep for their sins, means bad deeds. They do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God, means animals do not make anyone sick by discussing their duties to God. So now let us read its explanation. Now the explanation of this second stanza. The poet is quite happy with the fact that animals do not make complaints and cry about their conditions, like human beings. Means human beings always make complaints, but animals do not. They eat and sleep peacefully as they have nothing to worry about. So they have a sound sleep. While humans, because of their wrong actions or bad deeds, are unable, human beings are unable to do so, and thus cannot sleep at night. Means human beings, due to their wrong actions, are unable to have a sound sleep, and they always keep on complaining about their conditions. So, human beings cannot sleep without worrying about them. Humans, even after committing sins, I told you sins means bad deeds, talk about God and rightness, while animals are simple creatures and they do not need to worry about praying to God. Means they do not make anyone sick by discussing their duties to God. The poet here means that since animals are so pure, they do not pray to God for forgiveness or ask God to fulfill their desires. Like humans, means humans always pray to God for forgiveness and they always ask God to fulfill their desires, but animals do not do so. Now next stanza, this is third stanza. So it begins with, not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. These are first two lines of this stanza. Now next, not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Now last line, it is, not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So here the poet is explaining that there is no sense of dissatisfaction among the animals. So here not one is used for animals. Even not a single animal is dissatisfied in his life. No one is demented with, demented means mad, mad with the mania of owning things. Mania means obsession, or it means the madness of owning things, means possessing things. So they do not believe in possessing things like human beings, as human beings want to have more and more, but animals do not want to have the things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. They do not kneel down, means animals do not kneel down before others to show respect either to their elders or to those who were born thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth means nobody is respectable or unhappy on this earth, means no animal is respectable, means all are equal, and no animal is unhappy over the whole earth. So this is the meaning of this third stanza. Now to next. Now explanation. Animals do not possess material things like humans, and they are happy and satisfied without all the worldly items, the desire of which has affected human beings very badly. Humans actually animals do not possess material things, materialistic things. They do not like to have more and more materialistic things like humans have the desire, and they are happy, they are satisfied with whatever they had. So the desire of which has affected human beings is the desire of having more and more. Now next. This desire to own things, means to possess things, has been called madness by the poet. Animals are free from the habit of praying to their ancestors as human beings do. When the poet says not one is respectable, he means that since all of them, means all animals, are equal, means they all are equal, no one is respectable, they all are happy. So there is no question of respect to some and insult to others, as they all are equal. All these features of animals make them happy and uncomplaining. So this is the reason why they all are happy and they do not complain over their condition. They are self-satisfied. Now next stanza, it is fourth one. So here it is. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. So here me and I is used for the poet. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. Here they refers to the animals. I wonder where they get those tokens. Now last line of this poem. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? So this is the fourth stanza. So the meaning of tokens means virtues or qualities. Evince meaning is to make something obvious or to show clearly. Possession, it means belongings. Negligently, it means carelessly. So the poet says in these lines that animals show the token of noble virtues because they are full of such things. Actually, the animals show their relation to human beings, and the poet says that he accepts it. So they bring me tokens of myself. It means that they show the virtues of human being. They evince means they show them plainly in their possession. The poet is awestruck on this thing. I wonder means he got surprised to see this, that where they get those tokens, means from where animals have got these virtues, means after all from where animals got those qualities. So the noble virtues have been left by the humans centuries ago, means the human beings have carelessly dropped those virtues, and those qualities or virtues have been adopted by animals. Now, explanation of this stanza. Let us read it. The poet feels that animals represent human beings in some way. This means that animals seem to have what humans once had, that is virtues or qualities like kindness, self-containment and innocence. They symbolize the lost values of the human, means the qualities which have been lost by the human beings. These all qualities can be seen with animals. Now next. So he believed that civilization has corrupted human beings, and instead of teaching values to them, it has taught them greed. He believes in this poem that humans dropped these virtues a long time ago and have forgotten them. Means the human beings have dropped these qualities a long time ago. Negligently, carelessly, human beings have done this, and now they have forgotten them. They have dropped the qualities or virtues like kindness, love and humanity. Fine, and they have adopted or vices. Vices means evils. Now homework. Homework is to read the poem, to read the explanation of stanzas, and then find out the answers of given question. So question 1 is, notice the use of the word turn in the first line. In first line the word turn is given. So write down the use of that word. I think, this line is, I think I could turn and live with animals. So what is the poet turning from? So this is the first question. Now second one is, mention 3 things that humans do and animals don't. Next question is, do humans kneel to other humans who lived thousands of years ago? This is the third question. Discuss now fourth question. It is, what are the tokens that the poet says he may have dropped long ago? So you have to write about the tokens and which the animals have kept for him. So this is the fourth one. Now next it is fifth question. Why do animals not weep for their sins? Here in this poem we have read that human beings cannot sleep at night as they weep for their sins. So the question is, but animals do not do so. So why do animals not weep for their sins? So students, you are supposed to read the poem with explanation and find out the answers of given questions, and then you have to write the question answers in your notebook and send me the snapshots at my email address. So I hope you have understood this poem. Thank you.